Good evening and welcome to Seaman High School. Here we have the Lady Vikes and the Lady Wildcats here. Hayden High School visiting here, and we're just moments away from tip-off. I'm here with my partner, Lane, and myself, Aaron. So, the girls coming in here 5-0.
6-0.
6-0, sorry. For the season so far. Number 3 in 5A in the state, number 15 overall.
Correct.
How did they get here?
Depth over everything and smart coaching from head coach Matt Tinsley. And they've just done an overall tremendous job this year. One thing that they strive the best at is scoring. They're one of the best scoring teams in the state. And I think that these Lady Vikes are going to have a deep postseason run.
Yeah, they were eliminated in postseason in sub-state last season. So, and they didn't lose too many seniors last year. And we can really see a very deep run. So I'm going to actually have you go through the Hayden starters right now.
Alrighty, for the Hayden Lady Wildcats, it will be number 10, Macy Smith, number 21, Carly Stuckey, number 22, Sydney Hilmer, number 32, Sophia Purcell, number 43, Ren Calhoun. Aaron, go through the Seaman starting lineup.
At 0, we got Ray Kramer. At number 3, Cameron Turner. Number 11, Chloe Carter. Number 14, Riley Callan. Number 23, Sophie Sparks.
And the girl to watch out for Seaman is Cameron Turner. She is I believe she is the best player on this team, but the rest of them are not far behind.
Well, I would say that she's been the best person on the team since her probably sophomore year.
Oh, I would definitely agree with that. She has done an absolutely tremendous job. I've even seen her freshman year. She was part of this varsity squad. She did come off the bench, but she did have some some quality minutes and some quality possessions as well. Is she going to do the tip? This is a first, I think.
So at the tip, we've got number 22, Sydney Hilmer for Hayden, and Cameron Turner.
And I think this is a first. I don't think I've ever seen Cameron Turner get the tip, and she won.
Yes, there's Sophie Sparks. Dishes over to Chloe. The loose ball there. Finds Chloe over to Sophie. Sophie for 3. So first shot off there for the Vikes. And they get it right back, and there's Chloe Carter for that quick 2.
Just a careless turnover from Hayden so far, and they've got to limit those.
Yes, Seaman has been able to really control the turnover game each game so far in this 6-0 run for them. There's Hillman down low, and she gets fouled, so she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Hillman, a senior this year, one of the 4 seniors so far, as she misses her first one.
Sydney Hilmer to line 4 for the Wildcats.
Only 2 seniors starting tonight for the Hayden Wildcats. You got Hillman that's on the line now, and Purcell. Hillman misses both, and there's Cameron Turner with the rebound.
Got to limit those mistakes. They've made a couple costly ones early.
Girls playing a 4-1 set. Now they go to a 3-2. There's Cameron Turner driving in. Over to Callan. Back outside.
Yeah, and that's something that this Lady Vike squad does well. You know, if they have a little bit of trouble inside, they reset really well, get another play going, and usually second or third time's a charm for them. What a pass.
Outside, there's Sophie Sparks driving in for the shot up and goes down.
Bit of a lucky bounce, but still a great possession there from Sophie Sparks, you know, and also great passing, you know, getting it around the perimeter, and Sophie able to capitalize.
Now we got Smith over to Purcell.
Seaman defense doing a really good job pressuring. And as I say that,
as Purcell makes her first basket of the game, and now it is a 4-3 game.
bit of a soft, you know, body foul, but, you know, a call that has made a lot this year, and that is something that they've really stressed on this year.
So Sydney Hillman picks up her first. Now Sophie Sparks will inbound it on the baseline. Cameron with a three. Just off. Sparks trying to pressure a little bit as we have Smith down the court. Little ball movement underneath the basket, and that falls in. That's Hilmer with her with that basket.
And you know, the Hayden their offense really looks like they want to go down low early and often. Seaman wants to do the same as well, but they've done a pretty good job around the perimeter. What a great move.
That basket no good as Hayden shows three people down low on their defense as we have Smith for a three. That's off, but rebounded by the Hayden Wildcats. I believe that's going to be Chloe Carter with her first foul.
You know, a good job by Calhoun, you know, the tallest player on the court right now. You know, a good job of faking the defense and made two Seaman players, it fooled them, I guess I should say.
Calhoun makes hers. First one. So right now the Vikes down early here, only by 2 points. The Vikes not used to being down as much as they've really not been down really at all each game as that last one falls. So we see Reagan Kramer going to inbound the ball. Passed in by Riley Cowan. A lot of down low action as Cameron Turner was getting triple teamed, and there is Chloe Carter for that three. Ties the game up at 7.
She's the best three-point shooter on this team, and what a great job for Cameron Turner to draw in a couple of defenders and get an easy shot outside for Chloe.
One thing to note is, I believe Chloe, I should say, didn't participate all season last year as she was struggling through an injury, but here she is, all healthy and really making an impact on this team. Now we have Riley Cowan in the corner, tries to drive in. I believe there's going to be a blocking foul down low on, I believe that's more of the Hayden Wildcats. Reagan Kramer inbound, can't find anyone. Over the top to Steiner. There's going to be another foul, another block foul on the Wildcats. So they're picking up 2 quick fouls there. I believe that's on Sydney Hillman.
Yeah, that's her second already, and she's going to check out.
One of the starting varsity members for these Hayden Wildcats, as she is muchly needed.
One of the seniors on this team as well.
I see Riley Cowan over to Reagan Kramer.
I was about to say Kramer should have kicked it to the corner to Steiner, but I think what she did getting it outside to Chloe was a better decision. There's Chloe again.
Chloe for 3. Ooh, just off, but almost rebound by Cowan there, but rebound by the Lady Wildcats. As we have Purcell dribbling the ball down the court. Purcell fakes it over to Stuckey. A block there by Chloe Carter, and here comes Reagan.
Watch Turner's speed all the way. Her first points of the night, and you know usually she gets some points up earlier, but you know.
Cameron Turner's just that good, just to drive all the way down the court, not pass it once, but it works.
She might do it again here. Nice crossover.
Here's Maddie Steiner trying to go in, and that falls. So an early timeout here by the Hayden Wildcats as it was tied 7-7, but Seaman going on a little run here. So how it did at first, the Vikes were, not making some shots, and the other way around, Hayden was making them, but it just completely flipped. What's up with that?
Well, first off, I got to give props to Reagan Kramer on that shot. I have no idea how she made that, taking the contact, fading away, getting it in. But on the other way, the Lady Vikes really picked up what they were doing offensively, which was trying to kick it inside. And I'm pretty sure head coach Matt Tinsley really picked up on that, and they try to limit them on the inside as, they try to limit Calhoun going inside, who's the tallest player on their team at 6 foot. Instead, on that last possession, they gave it to Moore, and it was an easy block.
Yeah, and like you said, Calhoun, I believe, is not out there currently. Actually,
yes, she is.
She is the center.
They tried to get it to her, but like I said, Riley Poulter was all over it.
So now we have over to Calhoun up top, and that falls somehow. Calhoun was double teamed, but she just throws the ball up there and makes it. Now we have Kramer trying to find someone down low, finds Maddie Steiner for 3. Bang!
Well, and that was just a double screen. I believe it was from Poulter and Chloe Carter. And good defense from Turner on that one, and just an errant pass, but she got it somehow.
Turner put her hand up there, knocked that ball away from its direction. It was going right to Chloe Carter's hands. Back to Turner for the easy layup. Now the ball
Good
free.
defense again.
Stolen there by Turner. Turner finds Poulter. Poulter up for dead, and that falls. So another early quick timeout there as the Vikes were going on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, and it was just great defense from Cameron Turner on just the last couple of possessions. And, I was about to say that they didn't have the numbers. They should have just kicked it out, but the guts for Riley Poulter to take it in herself against about 2 or 3 defenders, and she made that look easy.
That's what's so good about this Viking offense. Every single person can shoot on that team. It doesn't matter where you are. Probably 9 times out of 10, the ball is going to fall.
6 players for Seaman to score so far. Kramer 2, Turner 4, Carter 3, Sparks with 2, Steiner with 3, and Poulter with that last shot. They're a great all-around team, and I spoke about this. They are full of depth. Their bench players can be just as effective as their starters. And that is what the key is for this team this season, and which is why I believe they're going to make a good postseason run.
So both teams coming out of their respective benches, as I believe it's going to be Hayden Wildcats inbounding the ball under the basket, as Calhoun will inbound it to Smith.
And if you expect this Lady Vikings defense to let up a little bit, you're way wrong. They're still going to pressure as much as they can.
Calhoun drives in for the basket, just off, rebounded by the Vikes. I believe that's Lois Dieters getting her first varsity minutes over.
She's got it outside. Lord almighty, this Lady Vikes team is just absolutely lethal right now. They have been all season.
They can't miss. And there's
look
a
at
block.
that.
There's a block right there by Reagan Kramer. Tries to find someone
Got
down low.
Dieter. I thought she was going to shoot that for a second.
Back to Kramer. Kramer tries to set something up. The girls have 2 girls down low.
Worth mentioning, this is a 14-2 run that they're doing right now. Great defense.
There's a foul there as Riley Poulter will go to the line. She got fouled by, I believe, that's Kaylin Kosher. So now we have Riley going to the line for 2. Making her first one as we see Chloe Carter checking out. This Cameron Turner coming back in. So one thing to note, Lane, I believe there's only one starter on the court there for the Lady Vikes.
Actually, there are two, Reagan Kramer as well as Cameron Turner, but still, it's that depth like I talked about.
Little weird bend and shoot there by Riley Poulter, I should say, but it falls.
If I'm Hayden, I'd get a quick shot here, try to build up a little bit of momentum to see if you can get a defensive stop, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to go down low to no prevail.
The Vikes have it all protected down there at their home basket. I believe Cameron Turner picks up her first foul. Over to Calhoun in the corner.
Good
Inside,
defense.
almost stolen away by Dieter.
And they're pressuring still, and they're doing a really good job, and it looked like she almost got away with a walk. Or actually, she did get away with one. An almost walk, I should say.
Calhoun drives in. Looks like she got blocked, but it looks like Calhoun got hit on the wing going up, so she's going to shoot two.
Yeah, and I don't know about that one. It looked like, very, very light contact. May have got her on the arm, which, if she did even a little bit, it's a foul, but even head coach Matt Tinsley had something to say about that.
So Calhoun makes her first basket. Makes the second one. Now we have Reagan Kramer inbounding it.
I see a drive-in pitch for this last shot. Yep, called it.
The shot doesn't fall there for Maddie Steiner as that's the end of the first quarter. The Vikes up 23-11 over the Lady Wildcats. Are you surprised that they are this ahead, I should say?
If you asked me at this point that it was going to be 23-11 after the first couple of minutes, I would have said you're dead wrong. They looked a bit lackadaisical and a bit confused on some points on offense and especially on defense. But over these last 5 or 6 minutes, if you would have asked me this before this game started, I would have said you're dead right. Because they've played exactly how they played all season over the past 6 minutes.
Both teams here, if you're just turning in, 1 quarter down, 3 more to go here at Seaman High School in our home gymnasium.
And a big rivalry game, I should mention.
Yeah, this game and the game against Shawnee Heights gets the most attendance, I believe.
Yep, absolutely right. We got a good Hayden crowd here on our end.
Not so much of a student section, but
no, but they're getting there.
Yeah.
Well, the first couple of rows are standing up, and it looks like the rest of them are sitting down. But, the Seaman student section's really filled up right now. Theme blackout, which it usually is for the game against Hayden.
Now we're back to the action here as we have Purcell trying to find someone. And that is Smith with that basket there.
And that's a good start for the Lady Wildcats. That's something they need to do. Score early, score often. But the one thing that they've struggled with is defensively.
Now we have Sparks trying to drive in, finds Callan over to the corner. A lot of ball movement here. And there's Turner just off, rebounded to Hayden.
Nice pass.
Sparks trying to get in there, steal that ball away. And that's Purcell, I should say, getting another basket.
And yeah, she's the leading scorer with 7 right now, and it's exactly what I talked about. They look like they can hit from mid-range.
There's Callan shooting that shot, but I believe he was knocked out last touch by Hayden.
Yeah, it looked like Turner was trying to save it to somebody, and it hit off of the ankle of it's probably Calhoun.
So Sparks trying to inbound. Finds Carter for 3. Misses that one, rebound to Hayden.
That's a rare miss for Carter, as that's a great, drawn up play. Try to get a screen down low to find one of their open shooters outside. But, like I said, a rare miss.
Purcell try to over the top to Calhoun, and she gets fouled going up, so she's going to shoot 2.
And another smart play for Hayden so far, they called a foul on Kramer. You know, and at the same time, what you should try to do is get the Stars in foul trouble. And the Stars aren't really in foul trouble as of now, but the game shapes out like it is right now. It could be. That's Seaman's 5th foul so far.
Right now, Hayden on a 5-0 run to start the second half. What were you saying?
Here's this for an idea. So the way that they have it in college girls basketball, they do 10-minute quarters, but for a bonus, it is 5 fouls in the quarter and they shoot 2. Do you think they should do that for high school to get the ones going to college prepared for that?
I mean, you do bring up a fair point. I didn't hear that till tonight, but so they actually have. So they have after 5 fouls in a quarter. They
Yes.
shoot 2?
Yes, and after each quarter, it resets.
Do they ever have a 1-and-1?
No, there are no 1-and-1s in women's basketball in college. What they do is, like I said, it's five fouls in a quarter. It resets after each quarter, and it's 2 shots in the bonus. This is an idea that I think they should do, especially for those that are preparing for college ball, because the rules are completely different while they're pretty much the same for men's.
There's Cameron Turner get that shot down. As we did get back to this game, we did have a little tussle there for the ball, and it's going to be a jump ball to the Vikes. But here, a quick miss. Vikings ball again. I don't understand how she does it. She just
I don't understand it either.
goes around, makes the basket. She's almost automatic.
I don't understand it either. She's definitely the most athletic player on this team, and she really shows it. She's got 8 points so far.
Ball tipped away there. A little tussle for the ball.
Kramer was on top of it, but so was Turner. You know, they both show you their hustle, and they show you that they want to win.
Coach Matt Tinsley tried to call timeout, but it's going to be a jump ball possession error to Hayden.
Well, I don't think you can really call timeout if you don't know who has the ball.
But
especially if it's fought over by 2 people.
there's a reset there. Hayden's going to get another attempt to get a basket here. Purcell drives in, quick shot, just tipped off. It's going to roll out of bounds, possession error going to Seaman.
You know, Lady Vikes have kind of slowed it down a little bit, but, you know, I still think that they are happy where they are right now. You know, they're up 10, and, you know, they've been controlling the offense exceptionally well.
To note, all of their starters are out there right now. They really haven't been very productive as they were in the first quarter, but it doesn't really matter when you're up by 10.
I think it's mostly because Hayden's really slowing down their offense to prevent their defense from doing anything.
Foul there by the Vikes.
Foul on Sophie Sparks.
It's going to be on Sophie Sparks.
Team foul number 6.
Yeah, she'll check out because of it.
So the Hayden Wildcats 1 foul, I should say the Seaman Vikings are 1 foul away from putting Hayden into the bonus. So we have Stuckey over to the corner, and now we have Smith trying to drive in. And that shot misses, but back to the Wildcats, and rebound again by the Vikings. In the quarter, trying to drive in, but it looks like she stepped out.
Yeah, that's the right call there, and I think she just took, you know, an extra step than she should have, but she did find Chloe Carter open, which was an exceptional find, I should add.
Yeah, she didn't have much room to work down there, down to the baseline, but it ends in a turnover. That shot off by the Wildcats and into Cameron Turner's hands. Stolen away there, but stolen back.
I'm sure the Hayden crowd wanted a foul on that one, but, you know, a great job, you know, from Cameron Turner to race down and just steal that one away. And I think this is a smart timeout.
as you're saying.
I think this is a smart timeout for head coach Matt Tinsley to collect his team so they can get a couple good plays on offense.
Yeah, I mean, you still have about half the quarter left with a 10-point advantage. I mean, I think Matt is just saying in the huddle, you know, find an open shot. Don't just throw something up.
Exactly.
Just because you're open.
Exactly, and I think that's a perfect way to present that. You know, they have been struggling to find an open shot.
So all the starters come out back for the Vikings besides Sophie Spark on the bench as Riley Poulter is in for her. Vikes taking it really slow here as we have a lot of ball movement trying to find down low to Sophie. I'm sorry, Chloe, as that's Maddie Steiner for the backup. Excuse me, that was Poulter with the backup, with the layup.
If I'm Hayden, I look inside again. It's exactly what they do.
There's Elise for three there. She's getting some minutes on varsity as she pulls down a three. Tinsley, coach of the Vikings, trying to have his girls speed it up a little bit, as that's a turnover, but right back to the Vikes.
That was just a miscommunication, you know, from Carter, but they got lucky, and, you know, good job from Reagan Kramer to control that.
So Carter over on the far side as she drives in. Basket no good, rebounded by the Hayden Wildcats as the referee calls a jump ball. Goes possession arrow into the Lady Vikes.
Crowd wanted a foul, I think. I couldn't quite see what happened. I was looking away to look at my stats for a couple of seconds, but yeah, crazy play.
So reset here for the Vikes as they get in another possession. Up here by 9. Carter finds that open three. Can't connect. Rebounded by Hayden.
You know, other than a couple wide open ones, she's been kind of off tonight, but I think she's going to continue to shoot. That's the only way she can get out of her slump.
So shot there, no good there by Hayden. As shot no good. I believe it's going to be a loose ball foul.
Some of the Hayden crowd really, you know, really giving it to these officials right here. You know, they're saying, you know, they finally called a foul or something like that, but that did put Hayden in the bonus. So it will be Ellis going to the line for 1-on-1.
Yeah, that's Poulter picking up her first foul of the game. Ellis makes the first one.
You know, she's done pretty well since she came off the bench. You know, 4 points so far. Could make it 5 after this one. And, you know, that's something that Hayden really needs to look for.
So Hayden trying to crawl back in this game as they're only down by 8. But that shot off, rebounded by the Vikes. Kramer tries to drive in, dishes it to Carter. And that just goes off her fingertips and out of bounds.
I think that's another miscommunication. I don't know if that's where Carter was supposed to be. You know, usually she sets up in the corner to try to get a shot off, but, you know, I'm not sure if that was a miscommunication or just a bad pass.
So the Vikes going here with a couple possessions with nothing, as we see the Hayden
good defense
trying to crawl back in this game, but turnovers costly, and there's another one there.
That's exactly what they've been doing, just turnovers, turnovers, turnovers.
Steiner looks in, can't find anything. Over to Poulter. Tipped away by the Wildcats. So here's Purcell trying to set something up. Drives in. She gets double teamed and fouled. Purcell going to the line to shoot 2. Foul on, I believe that's Reagan Kramer.
And, you know, a couple of these A couple of these bench players for Seaman look a little bit tired right now, and
Actually, these are all starters besides Riley.
besides Poulter, yeah. Well, and Steiner.
She makes both there. Vikes really need a basket here to get the momentum.
Purcell's got 9 so far. I see a quick shot, maybe another driving pitch, and I don't know if, well, it looked like she kept her pivot foot down. It looked like her left foot was her pivot foot, but, I'm not sure. Not sure about that one.
Wildcats have an extra girl on the court as we see Stuckey coming out for the Hayden. Now we have Smith trying to drive in over to the corner, and there's a 3 just off.
I thought that was in. I thought that was going to be in from my angle. Watch Seaman just slow it down. They're probably going to take the last shot, try to go into the locker room, kind of calm down, relax, and recover. Drop a couple of plays to get a run going in the second half. See what they can do. See if Hayden can stop them in the second half as well.
Hayden not pressuring at all, as, like you said, it looks like that's what the Vikes are going to do, hold for the last shot.
Go with 8. She's got to go with 8 to go, which is right now. Watch a driving pitch again.
Driving pitch over to Carter. Off, rebounded by the Wildcats. That's going to be halftime as we have the Lady Vikes up 29 against the Hayden Wildcats that have 23. Will just be 10 minutes as the second half is, 10 minutes away, so we'll see you then.
Check, check, check.
Wow. Our trombones. Good evening and welcome back to Seaman High School as we have the Lady Vikings against the Lady Wildcats. Hayden High School coming here to Seaman High School for the first time in the decade, I should say.
Yep, absolutely.
But our hometown Lady Vikes are up here 29-23 as we're just moments away from the second half. So for viewers just tuning in, how did our first half go?
Well, for the first couple of minutes, it was pretty even. It was about 7-7 at one point. Then the Lady Vikes just blew up, and I believe the end of the first was like 22-11 or something like that. I don't quite recall in my head. But the Lady Wildcats have really came back. They've really come back, and they've done a tremendous job, especially offensively. You know, they started hitting their shots from outside. They started going down low a little bit more, which became a bit more effective. And the Lady Vikes just were missing shots right then and there. Here's Cameron Turner.
That shot just off. Back to Sophie Sparks for that shot. So a rare miss by Cameron Turner, but it doesn't matter. There's Sophie Sparks with an easy layup.
And a good job from Reagan Kramer for the cleanup on that one. You know, the Lady Vikes did have the numbers after that fast break, and it looks like a tripping foul, but you know, great job from, you know, the Lady Vikes to really clean it up.
Turner picks up her second there. As we see the Wildcats get the ball, there's the shot up, and that's down.
Carly Stuckey, she gets her first points of the evening. She's the only starter in the first half that did not score.
Maybe that's just saying how good the Vikings defense is, as they've really controlled this game defensively. Aaron pass there, that's going to float out of bounds.
The Lady Vikes are starting to make mistakes as of late, and you know, this is the time to not make mistakes. You know, it's a 6-point game. They've got to recover.
Like I said, towards the end of the first half, the Lady Wildcats starting to crawl back into this game, and the Vikes really have no answer yet.
Well, there's the answer a little bit.
There's a stolen pass there by Cameron Turner. She does everything. She has great defense and great offense. There's a three, just off the mark.
Yeah, it looked like they're going to call out of bounds on Calhoun because when she tried to save the ball, her foot was out.
So another possession there for the Vikes, as we have Carter inbounding it over to Kramer.
And by the way, I was kind of surprised at the presence of mind of Reagan Kramer, you know, in that last session to step up and, you know, shoot a three, but it was just a little bit off.
Yeah, Kramer not usually shooting threes. She's normally more the drive in and shoot something or a jumper, but it doesn't really matter. She was off anyways. As we have a shot up there by Chloe Carter, as that's off, but she's going to go to the line and shoot two.
And, you know, a good job for the Lady Vikings to go inside. You know, the outside game isn't really working as as effective as they wanted it to be. So when that happens, you got to start going inside. And a good job to draw the foul.
Calhoun picks her first foul up there as Carter makes her first.
Carter so far, you know, with 4 points, she's, you know, hasn't been as productive on the offensive end as she used to be. Well, she's now got 5, but
yeah, she's not shooting her normal percentage for 3-point, as she's missed 2 in a row so far. That was late in the first half. There's a shot up by Calhoun as she misses, but going to the line to shoot 2.
Well, that's what Hayden's done all game long, and that's what they should keep doing. You know, try going inside, get an easy shot if you can. If not, draw the foul. Get the Stars in foul trouble.
And that's one thing, especially in the first half, as the Vikes were very foul happy, I should say, as Calhoun misses her first.
And, you know, yeah, you were absolutely right. They put Hayden in the bonus, you know, to end off the first half. They've already got 2 in the first 2 minutes of the second half.
Makes it again a 7-point game. Vikes can see here if they can make it a 10-point lead, putting in double digits. Risky pass there, but it tries to drive in. And the ball's knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay to Vikings ball.
And it also looks like that, Hayden has really hustled a little bit more on defense as well, getting in the way of some errant passes.
We saw that all first half by the Vikes, but now Hayden trying to get into the same rhythm as well. Now the Vikes reset. We have Kramer going outside. Has to find someone, finds Cameron. Cameron drives in, gets fouled going on the way up. She's going to the line.
And, a good Euro step from Cameron Turner on the drive and a good job to, get some contact from Calhoun, kind of stepped in her way, but Calhoun, kind of stepped forward as well. Calhoun's second. You got to get her in foul trouble because she's done pretty well down low offensively.
Also, Calhoun has picked up these first two in the first 3 minutes or so of the second quarter.
And that's something that Hayden's head coach is going to have to look at. Head coach Carvel Reynoldson, and they got to be careful. They've started mounting a comeback and they've done a pretty good job of it. You got to be careful.
So Cameron goes 1 for 2 at the line there as Hayden gets the ball back.
Oh, Turner was ready to pounce on that ball, but she knew it was out of her reach, so good job to stay with the one on offense.
Calhoun dishes it out. There's a three just off the mark. Turner gets the rebound.
That was a really good pass and, just an unfortunate possession, Great fake from Turner.
Likes their double team, try to get the ball back, but can't. Here's the Hayden gets the and one.
What a perfect possession from Hayden. Carly Stuckey was trapped on this other end and somehow able to get out of it, and just perfect ball movement to get it inside to Hilmer for the 2-and-1.
And we're trying to make it a 5-point game. Cannot do it. Here's Cameron Turner.
And those are just the tiny mistakes that, they have made. Free throw percentage is one thing that they really need to focus on and kind of work on. Good drive and pitch. Just fumbled it a little bit. Good move.
Vikes going on a dry spell there as they have not had any points in a little while here.
And they made a couple of great moves, inside, and just another good possession from Hayden on that 3-point shot from Karelovitz. Yeah, and Seaman's going to have to call a timeout as it's a 3-point game. And what a turnaround this has been.
Yeah, Seaman's shots just not following so far this half, as they've had many one-shot and one-shot possessions and just can't get a rebound and just can't get the shot down. But
at the same time, they're not really putting anybody inside to try to get an offensive board. They've done good for that on the defensive side, but on the offensive side, they got to hustle, get to the rim, try to grab the rebound. And, these Lady Wildcats, they've done a really good job offensively of kind of get it around the perimeter, see what they're doing, and if they're not working, kicking it inside, especially to Calhoun, who's done a really good job of either getting an open shot or drawing a foul.
so the Vikes trying to improve to 7-0 for the first time in a long while in Seaman history.
Oh, yeah.
But right after this game, stay tuned as we will have the boys varsity matchup also against Hayden here just in a short while. So stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, and that one's a really good rivalry as well. These two teams have a really big rivalry. There was actually, last time they played here at Seaman, a fight broke out and towards the end of the game. And, Seaman was up by a bunch at that point. And that fight, which got a couple people ejected, in fact, and got the Hayden player, I forget who it was, the Hayden player got suspended. It was Trey Duffy that was involved in the one for Seaman. He was not suspended because he's not the one that instigated. But you know, this Seaman-Hayden rivalry has gone on for, you know, the past few decades, and it's probably one of the biggest rivalries here in the top city.
So the Vikes find someone down low at Chloe Carter, but she cannot get the shot to drop as she is on a dry spell pretty much all game.
Good defense from Carter, or excuse me, that's Cowan, I should say. I don't know my names.
It's a block shot there by Cowan as Vikes trying to find some momentum here.
You know, they need to see if they can get one of their shooters open, just like that.
There's Steiner for three, can't get that to go.
Well, this is exactly what I talked about. A lot more Lady Vikes really rush for the ball to get the offensive board, and they have another chance.
A lot of ball maneuver. There's Carter for three. Still cannot get one to drop, and it's going to go to the Wildcats.
On that one, she didn't use her legs to try to get, you know, the shot going, which left it a little short, and good defense and a tough shot. Wow.
So come up empty.
They have the numbers.
Come up empty on that possession. There's going to be a foul on Riley Cowan.
I didn't quite see a whole lot of contact on that one. If it was anything, it was just hitting her on the arm, but you know, she's done really well offensively, especially when she was on a 1-on-2 on that one, and make her earn it from the line.
So Stuckey here to shoot two. Drops the first one. It's now a one possession game.
Sparks and Poulter check in. So does Reagan Kramer. And
so a lot of, actually quite a few subs come in just to give those starters a rest because they look gassed, I should say. And it's only a couple minutes in, but still they've been running a lot so far.
Also a lot of fans coming in here, you know, to try to watch this game, especially the boys game after, and it's really filling up here. It's going to be a loud one tonight. We've got people walking in behind us really trying to get a seat in the same on the other side. You know, if you're listening to this and you want to come to the boys game, you better hurry and try to get a seat. It's filling up.
Like we said, Hayden and Shawnee Heights are one of the most attended basketball games here at Seaman High School. As there are two rivalries.
And that's just good hustle from the defender. That was Karelevitz.
Vikes couldn't find anything out inside, and when they did find something, it was a jump ball.
Also, I apologize for any mispronunciations that I may have. You know, we don't have a pronunciation guide in front of us. Good defense again. Wow, these Lady Wildcats have really, you know, pushed the momentum defensively. I don't think that was a smart shot from Cameron. That's gonna go the other way. They could take the lead on this possession, and my oh my, how great would that be for Hayden?
Yeah,
how big of momentum would that be, and also how great would that be for them as a team to get an upset win here? You know, they started off the season 0-4. They won 3 of their last 4 to make them 3-5 right now. If they got a win against this team, oh my!
So Purcell is going to the line. She just made that clutch 3, take their first lead since the first quarter.
15 foul.
What a way to put them in the lead. She's got 13.
As Turner picks up her third foul, so she is in foul trouble. Vikes cannot lose her for this game.
And I know these Lady Vikes squad can really step it up offensively. They just need to, you know, really do that. Good defense from Riley Poulter, and Purcell is limping on the bench. I think she probably landed on her foot wrong.
That also could be costly for the Wildcats as she is their lead scorer. There's Steiner for 3, airballs that one.
Yeah, that one was a little bit too strong. I think she anticipated the defender to step up a little bit more. A bit of heckling from the Hayden student section right now. What a comeback. What a comeback this is for Hayden. Are you kidding me?
So
this is unbelievable.
2 clutch 3s by the Hayden Wildcats as they are up by 6 now. Their largest lead of the game as they haven't led since the first quarter. First minutes of the first quarter, I should say.
In a word, wow. What a crazy game. And we all know that this rivalry is full of crazy games. The Seaman-Hayden rivalry is definitely full of crazy games. We're witnessing one right now.
Yeah, so far, pretty much since the halftime, Vikes haven't had an answer to this comeback, as Viking fans are just hoping this timeout can, turn the momentum somehow, or hopefully get the Vikes headed into the game well, now they have to come back. So,
yeah,
Vikes not used to coming back this season, but they have had many clutch comebacks last season.
Absolutely right.
As this team is very close to the same as last season, so still a lot of time left to go. Still have a whole nother quarter to go. Still a lot of ball to play.
And I mean, they did finish the first half on a 14-2 run, so we've seen what this Seaman team can do.
Cameron Turner is going to go over to Callan.
You've got to end this quarter on a strong note. That's the only way that you can really come back. Other than that little costly mistake, but, it'll still be Seaman's ball. But I think the only way that they can come back is finish off this quarter with a little bit of momentum.
So Stuckey knocks the ball out of bounds as Cameron's trying to drive in, but
got a illegal screen on Riley Cowan. She just says, "Are you kidding me?" She's not a fan of the call. If Hayden can make this an 8 or even a 9-point game, then it's going to be really tough for Seaman to come back.
But Seaman can score. They can score at will.
Yeah, and I think, the officials are kind of, changing up the calls a little bit. They're, Cameron Turner's going up to the official asking, what she did wrong, and she just picked up her 4th on just a little touch foul. So that's very, very, very costly for the Lady Vikes.
So Smith going to line to shoot a 1-and-1. That one falls, thankfully, for the Vikes.
Hold for the last shot, see if you can get another drive and pitch. Maybe the third time will be the charm. Because you got to pitch it to either Carter or to Steiner, I say. But you got to go, you got to hurry. And a 5-second call. I haven't seen that call in a long time. And honestly, you'll only find those calls in high school. Matt Tinsley has a few words for the official. Good pass. What a way to end the quarter. What a comeback for this Hayden team. They have all the momentum in the world. Up by 8.
Yeah, this comeback really started towards the end of the second quarter as Hayden has just been able to come back. Vikes have no answer.
No, they don't.
They made.
I think they're tired. I think that's what's going on, is they look a bit more tired than they're used to, and credit that to the Hayden defense stopping them on offense. They've really pushed after the ball a little bit more, and they've stopped Seaman from getting an offensive board and getting more chances.
So one thing to note, at the end of the first quarter, the Vikes were up with 21 points.
Yep.
But right now, since the first quarter, they scored 13 points. That's not like the Lady Vikes we know so far in this season.
That's far unlikely. They average 50, 60 points a game, and right now they're at 34. This is the exact opposite of what we've seen. Here's the thing to note, though. If they lose this game, I don't think it'll be the worst thing in the world, just because they know, what to come back from. They'll have a little bit of that chip on their shoulder for the rest of the season. But if they get a win here, then they can also prove that, they can come back and they can face off against any team.
So I believe Calvin was trying to go up for that, but tipped out of bounds by the Vikings, or the Wildcats, I should say. The Vikes still have time to run their offense. They can't really, shoot whatever they find open, but they have to do it in a timely manner.
I don't know. I wasn't quite sure what Carter was trying to do, if she was trying to shoot her to try to pass. I don't think even she knew what she was trying to do. And that's going to be a travel.
Cameron Turner with 4 fouls comes in for Sparks.
And she definitely should in this situation. You know, try to but what Hayden should do, because she does have 4 fouls, they're probably going to try to go at her a little bit more and try to draw a foul on Cameron.
Also, one thing to note is Wildcats only have 2 fouls this quarter. As there we go.
That's a big shot for Seaman, and that's a big shot for Chloe Carter as well. You know, she's been kind of off of it, you know, all night tonight. And good defense from Carter as well. That might be the momentum swing that they need. They can get a defensive stop and get another shot to go. There's that defensive stop. That's a carry. They have a chance.
Vikes can bring it back to a 1-possession game here. Vikes really need a basket.
They need one bad, but get any kind of basket that you can.
Get a smart basket here. Can't force anything.
Absolutely not. But they might do a bit of a drive and pitch.
A lot of ball movement here, like you said. Can't find anything open.
Yeah, that's a good call. It's a bit of a body foul that may be from behind.
So Carter tries to go up, can't get it, but she's going to the line here to take a, hopefully, a 1-possession game.
Well, I think Chloe Carter's, you know, also trying to get herself back in the groove, and that's what she's done so far. You know, she was a bit out of it in the first 3 quarters. Only made a couple shots here and there, but I think she's getting herself back in the groove, and the Lady Vikes need her. I believe she is the X factor of the team. She's not, you know, the most athletic girl on the team, but she is the X factor.
She goes 1 for 2 there, so it's back to a 4-point game.
The Lady Vikes can show that they can do it.
Now we have Smith trying to drive in, as that one falls.
I don't know how she did that, and that was great defense from Cameron Turner poking it away, but somehow Smith got it back. I have no idea how she did that. If you're Seaman, just brush it off. You know, it was a bit of a lucky shot. You know, a bit of a questionable call is they call the blocking foul, and Cameron will go to the line, but head coach Carvel Reynoldson for Hayden, you know, kind of acted out of character. He didn't like the call at all.
So Turner makes her first one, so kind of lucky there not for Turner not to get her 5th, as the Vikes really need her to close out this game. Goes perfect there for the line, as, like I said, back to a 4-point game.
First Lady Viking to get into double-digit scoring. She's got 11.
She cannot foul out for this game.
Absolutely not.
Now if Calhoun trying to find something, drives in. Shot
Purcell,
no good.
actually. Oh, what an effort from Purcell.
Purcell
Wow.
gets that to go.
Are you kidding me? Sophia Purcell, have a night. She's done incredibly well so far. She's got 17.
Vikes do not have an answer for her all night.
You can't stop her. You can only hope to contain her. There's that big shot.
So Chloe Carter, last 2 threes, down and in. Back to a 3-point game. Vikes are having an answer here.
You know, that's like I've said before, Chloe Carter's the X factor. She hit a couple trays in this quarter. That's exactly what they needed from Chloe Carter. She's back. This is plenty of time for Seaman to mount a comeback and get a good win against Hayden. Plenty of time.
With 5:07 left here in the game, Wildcats up 46 over the Lady Vikes, 37 if you're just tuning in here. It's really been back and forth so far.
Absolutely.
Not exactly what we expected.
No,
But it's been a really good game so far.
It's been a game of runs. You know, the Lady Vikings had the first run to close out the first quarter, Hayden sort of stormed back. They were up by 8 to end off the third quarter. Here come the Lady Vikes. They are back. They are ready. And they are here to make a statement to start off 7-0 if they can. It looks like they're probably going to press. Oh, no, they're actually going to back off. It's going to be a bit of a soft press. And I think that's a smart move. If you can get a steal, get one. If not, back off and get a good defensive possession.
So we've got Smith going to take the ball down the court. As it looks to be a man principle for the Vikes here.
It is a man-to-man.
That was a wild shot up there, and that's no good. Vikes could tie it here.
That was just a bad offensive possession for Hayden, you know. Didn't really move the ball at all. She just tried to take it for herself, and just not a smart pass from Reagan Kramer.
Had an open man down the court for a second, but it's going to be a costly turnover for the Vikes.
What a game. We've got 4.5 left. What a game.
Smith's shot's no off. Rebound to Purcell. Blocked again.
Great job from Cameron Turner. Did not have any contact on that one. That was all ball. It was a good job for her to kind of back off, but at the same time get a hand in there.
Vikes going to slow it down here. Not sure
Great pass.
exactly what they need to do. That three is off by Carter. Wildcats ball.
That was a heat check from Carter if I've ever seen one. You know, there were 3 defenders closing in on her.
I don't think that was really a smart pass. I mean, yes, you could tie it
What
here.
a move. Purcell again. 19 for Sophia Purcell.
So back to a 5-point lead for the Wildcats. Steiner trying to find someone over the cross court to Cowan.
And it looks like they're trying to go in the perimeter. You don't need a 3 here. I mean, if you get one, you get one, and it'll be a boost of momentum, but you don't need a 3 here. You know, just limit it to a 1-possession game. Just get any smart shot to go.
And there's the 3 from Steiner, and that falls.
How about that?
Back to 2-possession game. Carter couldn't get the 3 to go last possession, but there's a 3 from Steiner. She gets her first one for the game, and here's a 3 for the Wildcats. That's off. Rebounded to the Vikes, so they can take the lead back here.
If I'm Turner, I push it all the way, but that works too. Slow it down a little bit, draw up a play. Get a play going, tie the game or take the lead if you can. Only Purcell's second, so the Lady Wildcats do not need to fret at that point.
Yeah, but the Wildcats have been more foul happy than the Vikes have this
quarter,
fourth quarter,
at least,
I should say.
You know, the Lady Wildcats are in the bonus, but yeah, the Lady Wildcats have had more fouls this quarter.
Almost a catastrophe there as they almost got another 5-second rule.
That's a charge. That's a good call. That's a charge. But the Lady Wildcats cannot get all hyped up right now. They still got a game to finish. They got 2:44 to go. But that's a good call.
So that's Carter's second foul of the game.
And just a good job from Ellis to sit in there and to stay away from the basket and draw the charge.
So the Wildcats can take it back to a 2-possession game with 2.5 left.
I think they want to. They're looking for the 3.
Smith was looking for the 3. Back over to her.
There it is.
That's a 3, and that falls.
There it is, Macy Smith. And a timeout from Seaman. Or an official timeout, I guess. What do we got here? Oh, they didn't know if it was a 2 or a 3, and they were discussing it, and I think that's smart to discuss.
Yeah,
it was very, very close.
It thought, from my angle, it looked like her foot was on the line, but
I thought it was a 3 because she tried to keep her toes back as far as possible.
so it's
Now,
back to a 5-point game.
Hayden has all the momentum in the world. Matt Tinsley's upset about something. Oh, he should have given it to Steiner. That's a good call.
So that foul there by
Ellis. And, you know, only the 6-1 foul will put Seaman in the bonus. Now watch Steiner. She was open for a second, and you know, Hayden kind of forgot about her. An official telling head coach Matt Tinsley to calm down.
Very emotional game for both coaches here.
Oh, no doubt. And you got 2 minutes to go.
Little drive
She
in there,
carried.
and she
Yeah,
carries.
good call. And Matt Tinsley telling them to, telling the Lady Vikes to press, as they should. Try to get a steal if you can. The press is something that they strive in. I don't know why you're fouling, though. Well, I guess that does put them in the bonus, so I guess make them earn it from the foul line. You know, there is no shot clock in high school, and, you know, we talked about this before the game. Some people are saying that there should be. You know, a couple of, you know, local journalists have been saying it as well. And
Well, I mean, you have teams like the Vikes here that at the end of quarters just take 30 seconds,
absolutely right.
you know, to get that last shot.
Yeah, you're right, and a lot of teams really slow it down with like a couple minutes left to see if they can get something going. So if you can find a way to implement a shot clock in high school, do it.
Makes that a 3-possession game here.
9 points for Ellis, who's done really good off the bench. You know, drawing in a couple charges as she sits out.
Vikes need some momentum here.
I think what Hayden's going to do from here on out, no matter what Seaman does, is they're going to try to hold the ball. See if you can get an early shot like this one, and foul if you make it. We got to do something because they have the numbers. Or maybe try to draw a steal, then after about 3 or 4 seconds, like that one. That's a smart defensive play. That's exactly what they should do.
It's going to be jump ball, possession error to Hayden.
Foul. You have to at this point. Or at least try to get a steal after 5 or 10 seconds. Foul. You have to. I know it's a double bonus for Hayden, but you have to at this point.
So all starters come in besides, I believe that's Steiner for the Vikes, as Callan checks out. No foul there.
There it is.
There's a foul.
You have to.
So Callan going to line again.
But it's the wrong person to send. It's Sophia Purcell. She's got 19 points. You have to. You have to foul, though.
Vikes hoping Purcell misses both, but she's been pretty automatic at the line tonight.
She's been automatic anywhere on the court, honestly.
This is the first one.
That could be big depending on what Seaman does in their next offensive possession.
Now, one thing to note is the lead is 7 here.
It is a three possession game unless you get a 4-point play. Well, now it's a 3-possession game without a doubt. 20 points for Purcell. She's definitely our player of the game for this one. Get a drive and pitch if you can. I think that's a good no call. You know, it was kind of hard to tell who that was who that would be on. I think that's a good no call. Kind of both people initiated contact, but either way, 6-point game and a good job for returner to hit the shot anyways.
So quick timeout there by Matt Tinsley, head coach of the Lady Vikings. As if you're just tuning in late here, Vikes, not like the Vikes tonight. They're down here. They've been pretty much automatic wins so far as they get their first home game in a couple weeks and trying to come and win here. But here comes the Hayden Wildcats. You think the game's at a hand into the first quarter, but
yeah, absolutely.
Wildcats keep coming back.
They did a good job of that as well, you know. They didn't quit. They had a never say die attitude, which is what you need in sports. It helps in sports and it helps in life. To have a never say die attitude. And that's exactly what Hayden did tonight. If you're Seaman, if this does end in a loss for them, because I'm not ruling them out yet, there is still plenty of time. If it ends up in a loss, keep your heads high.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, you started off incredibly well. Losses happen. It's basketball. There are a ton of games played in basketball, so it will happen. They gotta hurry.
Vikes try to get a turnover there.
Oh, there it is. Oh, I think that was a bit too early to call a jump ball. Although the possession does go to Seaman, I think that was a bit early. Kramer was ready to rip that one away. That was a little too early.
So no points there for the Wildcats as Hayden well, I should say, as the Vikes here could take the one possession game.
If they get a 3, which drive and pitch, that's worked for them all season long. It hasn't really worked tonight, but it's worked all season long. Drive and pitch.
Kind of slow it down here. They can't slow it down.
No, they can't. You got Maddie.
Maddie for 3.
Oh my goodness. And the possession arrow goes to Hayden. And you know how I said it was a little early for them to call the jump on that one? Look how costly that is now. Hayden's saying that they believe that they will win, but game's not over. You got 44 seconds. It's still a 2-possession game.
You have this high explosive offense for the Vikes.
Oh, that's a foul on Maddie Steiner. It may have been sold a little bit by Ellis, but you know.
So Ellis going to go to the line here to shoot 2. Now the referee's talking about have a official discussion here.
Why? What are we talking about? No time came off. You called it on the right person. The right person's going to the line. It's 2 shots.
And it's going to stay that way. No changes. You need 2 misses here if you're a Vikings fan.
I don't think you're going to get them. Not with Ellis.
This is the first.
Could be wrong. We'll see. This is the biggest free throw of the game.
Yeah, no. So, do you think the Vikes can score? You know, if she makes it there. So now back to a 7-point game.
Now you need a 3. Now see if you can get a 3. If you can't, then that's pretty much story of the game. Good defense. That was all ball. But if you can get a 3, get a 3.
Probably go to Maddie Steiner or Chloe Carter. They've been the only ones who've been able to shoot 3 tonight.
Either that or Sparks if you can. That was a poor pass. They got a foul.
Vikes really needed that 3 shot up there, but just can't even get a shot up.
I think that's pretty much going to do it, unless they can get something crazy to go. But the way that this game has gone, I think that's it.
Momentum all to Hayden Wildcats here.
Oh, no doubt.
As the Vikes don't really have an answer in the second half.
Purcell, our player of the game without a doubt. 21 points for the Lady Wildcats. Had a really huge part of their comeback, and what a comeback it was. Make it 22. 7 of those in the 4th quarter.
Now a 9-point game.
13 of those, by the way, in the second half. Get a 3 if you can. Got to. Drive and pitch.
Over to Sophie Sparks as she misses.
All right, well, if you're Seaman at this point, I think you just let it go. Try to get a steal. If they cross half court, you got to let it go. I don't think they will, though. I think they'll try to foul because it's still a single-digit game. You know, a lot of teams tend to do that. If it's still a single-digit game, it's a 3-possession game. So, you know, they have the opportunity, but they have very few opportunities at this point.
So Smith going to the line here and shoot 2. Now a double-digit lead here. Not what I expected.
No, not what anybody in this gym expected tonight.
Start the game. Expected it to be the other way around, but
I'm sure none of our viewers expected this either. Shoot it.
that shot doesn't go down, as I believe it's just going to be, well.
Wow. The clock did not stop. The clock did not stop. There should be a couple more seconds added. That's what one of the officials is saying. The clock did not stop. Actually, none of the officials noticed it.
Well, that was Reagan Kramer getting that three.
She only had two beforehand. Actually, they did add time. There was 7.2. Now there's 8.5. So actually, one of the officials did notice it. But, you know, with 8 seconds left, it's kind of hard to get 8 points in 8 seconds. So
Gotta have
Two turnovers, a couple of threes, and a miracle.
Yeah.
Basically, a miracle.
Wildcats here to inbound.
They might foul, though. Oh, you got a turnover. You got to put it up.
And she gets fouled going to the line.
Got to make the first one, but intentionally miss the second one. See if you can do anything.
So you have Sparks and you have Turner going to be trying to get this for. Well, you think they would be intentionally miss?
Yes. Well, now you definitely have to.
Doesn't get the first one to fall.
You got to intentionally miss, try to get the rebound, and go outside for a three if you can, although it would knock off a couple of seconds.
But you do have Sophie Sparks and Maddie Steiner, the 2 3 shooters, so she makes that one.
Well, they are just going to let a couple of bench players come into the game, so I think that's it. I think Seaman's going to wave the white flag and suffer their first loss of the season. They're just looking for the steal. They're not really going to foul. And a good job from Carr to knock it out, but at what cost? What a win for Hayden, and what a comeback as well. They have done an exceptional job. I wouldn't have called that foul. Just let the game end. Just let it end. And everybody's letting this official know it. I would not have called the foul. Just let it end. That's what everybody's thinking right now.
Well, I mean, you have 1 second left. I wouldn't have called that foul.
I wouldn't have called it either.
You have one. Just let the game in.
Yeah. It's really not going to mean anything except for a couple of points for Purcell, just to add on to her scoring night. 23 could make it 24 on this one. Yep. 24 for Purcell. She is our player of the game. And what a win for Hayden.
Shut up there by Chloe Carter, but it's not going to matter. Hayden Wildcats beat the 6-0 Lady Vikes as the Hayden Wildcats go to 4-5 on the season. So the Vikes cannot get it done here as they come back home first time in 2 weeks. But they will be, I believe, to Junction City on Tuesday of next week. So if you can, go out there and root them on. But they will not have another home game for also another couple weeks.
Yep.
But just moments away, just about 20 minutes away, I should say, we'll have the Hayden Wildcat varsity boys against the Seaman Viking boys. So see you in 20 minutes.